Hello, hello. Welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina, and today I'm going to show you my entire Oracle and Tarot collection. That is why this camera is a little bit wobbly because I'm filming it on my phone. But before we get into it, I would like to remind you that I also have another channel called Pure Light Awakening where I talk about the ascension process and the awakening process, and I do channeled work. So you will find that in the description box below. But without further ado, let's get into this show and tell, this collection of cards that I have. So that's why I'm doing it on a handheld camera, of course, because I have to move around and I have to show you all my shelves. It's a lot to go through. So if you want to grab yourself a cup of coffee, then pause the video now and do that. And we will go through all my cards together, okay? Okay, so let's start. So this is the table that I normally, you see the cards here where I do the readings and stuff. So I'm just going to zoom out or go out a little bit, and then you will see what my table looks like. It's also some artsy stuff up here because I do art, and this is my camera. So that's always here. But for now, I'm just going to tilt that over to the other side, and we're going to look at these things instead. My shelf behind my table here. So we're going to look at that. And of course, over here, I'll hold on all my brushes and all my art stuff. And then, of course, down on this side, we have a lot of cards as well that we're going to look at. And if we move over to the other side of the room, there's a shelf unit over there that's full of tarot cards. And also on this side, there's a shelf unit that's also full of tarot and different cards. So what I have to do now is that I'm going to pause this video for a little while. I'm going to remove this table here so we can get close to the shelf units that behind here. And then we're just going to take one step at a time. So hang on, people. Let's just move this table. Okay, so let us start from the bottom here. So there's two of these kind of old-fashioned DVD, CD player, CD discs cabinets that I put together. And so here on the left side, you have angel cards. So we're going to start here at the bottom. So these are some of the angel cards. I'm just going to go through them like so. So these are all angel cards. So these four shelves that we've gone through so far are angel cards only. Okay, so that's on the left side here. So on the right side here, on the bottom here, you have a couple of decks that I really didn't know where to have because they're kind of specialized. The Fair Play and the Runes and the Egyptian and Mayan cards. So they ended up in the bottom. Also together with the Hip Hop Queens, and also these three on the right are Atlantis cards, different cards that has to do with Atlantis. Now here on this shelf we have my rose collection or flower collection that has to do with herbs or flowers in that sense. And up here we are starting to do the healing. These two shelves I'm going to show you now are all kind of healing messages or healing cards. The one to the left is yogic also, so kind of yogic chakra healing card. So that those four and also these cards, they are also healing. This is the earth, what is it called? The Healers of the Earth Oracle is that one, okay? So that's kind of the bottom shelf. So angel cards to the left and then the other to the right. So let's continue here on the left. So these cards moving upwards, these are bigger cards that are more psychic reading cards or power cards. As you can see, this is the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, Alice in Wonderland, more or less kind of normal, but bigger cards when it comes to Oracle cards, okay? So that's this unit right here. Above that, we have all the love cards. Sorry about this little thing here. So this shelf unit right here is all about love cards, love and loving connections. And this one here is for also oracle cards, also bigger cards. This is the Rumi, and then we have the Kuan Yin, Sacred Rebels, Wisdom of the Golden Path, and the Lantern Oracle. So these are also kind of oracle cards, but with more specific guidance from Rumi and Kuan Yin and stuff like that. So it's more specific. That's why they are kind of in a more section of their own. So let's go down on this side again here, and there we have these shelves that I'm showing now. There are 4 shelves that are kind of self-help cards or cards that will help as an extra card in a reading. So I put those together. So it's kind of whether the cards have more messages, and I use those kind of as an extra in a reading. So different cards. I can't take them all out and show them. I will do several videos where I take out one in one section and I can show you more closely, but this is just an overall show and tell of all my cards. So anyway, so this shelf and also this shelf and also this one and also this one. That's all cards that are kind of extra cards that I use in readings, with very much about affirmation, about self-care, those kind of things. So that's those 4, okay? Okay, so let's move on. Now this shelf and parts of this shelf is kind of goddess or power oracle. So this is very feminine energies, very goddess power, goddess guidance, the divine feminine, women's bodies, sacred cycles. This is the African goddess, oracle. And this is about also goddess, God's guardians, and this is mystical moments. And LP is also very kind of feminine, I feel. So they have ended up together here and here. Now, from here, from these cards and all the way up on this shelf and the other are cards that are very ascension, light work, very kind of cosmic cards, if you will. So this one, sacred light, gateway cards, quantum. Yeah, I'll do this first. Quantum, yeah, and the star seeds, cosmic and magical dimension. So very kind of cosmic cards. Yeah, high frequent cards, if you will. So that's those. And then beneath those right here, the last shelf on this shelf unit is kind of messages from ancestors, messages from ascended masters, kind of mediumship, kind of it's a little bit wobbly today, I'm so sorry, kind of mediumship kind of cards as well is in this this little shelf unit right here. Okay, so that's this shelf unit that I have right behind my desk when I work. Okay, and now we're going to try and see if we can go down to, I'm sorry about the mess here, people cleaning up the room. So this is the little trolley that I have next to me when I work. So you've seen me do a lot of these mini cards here. These I use a lot, as extra cards in the reading. And I also have some cards here that I use as a beginner's card when I do intuitive readings. And that's, when I start with just a picture and I intuit just the image. Now, Stranger Things Tarot just happened to be here. That's not part of that. I'll put that over here. Anyway, so no, some of these cards don't have any words on them. They're just images, like this one, like this one here, Deck for Wonder Walking, the Oracle of Vision, that one probably. So those kind of cards don't have any images on them. And there's some other cards here as well. So I can intuit just the image. So those cards also ended up on this little trolley here. Yeah, I have some other mini cards over here. So these are kind of mini cards, and also cards that only has pictures on them that I can intuit. And on the shelf underneath, we have pure oracle cards. So here you have the most famous cards. You can see that here. They're upside down, but I hope you can see them anyways. They're kind of the plain and simple, old-fashioned, straightforward oracle cards from different people in different kind of energies. Okay, so that's that. And on the bottom shelf here, that's where I have all my charms bowl. So I also reach for that whenever I need it. So that's my little trolley next to me on the right side when I work. So let's pause the video. I'm going to go over to the other shelf unit. Okay, so this is the other shelf unit next to my grand piano and my guitar. So there is 1, 2, 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 shelves over here that are both Oracle and Tarot. So let's look at it. So at the bottom here, I have tried to clean this up for this video so that you people, sorry, it's my chair. I just want to sit down while I do this. I tried to clean it up a little bit so that you guys would see this properly. So this unit here, all these cards in here, if you can see them, are astrological cards. Okay, I'll remove that a little bit. So that's astrological, all of those decks. And then I have 2 decks that has to do with water. 1 deck that has to do with colors, and 1 very special deck that I didn't know what to do with, which is this one. And that's the Spirit Oracle. It's so beautiful. I haven't used that so much lately. I'll probably use that more. And also 1 numerology deck, and also 1 sacred geometry deck that I have in there. So those are kind of, yeah, specialized decks a little bit here, together with the astrology decks that I have here. Okay, I'm just gonna tilt this up a little bit there. Now for the next shelf, we have on the left side crystal cards. So all of these decks here are crystal decks all the way up until here. Okay, and then we move into the magical section, kind of the witch and magic section. So this is the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle, and then we have spell casting cards and kind of witchy woo kind of cards, very kind of Halloweeny or prediction cards or those kind of cards. Okay, so we also have witchlings here. This is really fun. I love this deck here. Sorry, upside down, that one. And also tea leaf cards, so the Halloween Oracle, past life cards. Yeah, we have fortune cards, as you can see there, and different kind of Halloweeny decks, and also Avalon and the kind of mystic from the Irish mystic or the Celtic mystic. So it's kind of mystic cards and prediction cards, witchcraft, spell casting, that kind of category, if you will. Okay, so that's in that corner right there. So moving up, more oracle cards here. And now this section over here is about fairies, dragons, mermaids, unicorns, those kind of fantasy, if you will, animals or other dimensional animals. So we have dragon here, we have some unicorn, fairies, mermaids, and dolphins. Healing with the fairies. Let's just pull these out just a little bit so you can see behind here. Some of those decks, fairy, unicorn, mermaids, and also these decks right here. So that's that in that corner here. Over here in the right section in this shelf unit, we have all the kind of animals that has to do with shamanism and animals and messages from the animals. Those kind of cards, if it is birds or if it's cats or if it's, you know, whatever. So we have, you know, Spirit of the Wheel is that one. And then we have Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards. Spirit of the Animals, Messenger, Power Animals, you know, all of these. Let's see if I can pull that out a little bit. We have that big arc down there. And this one here is the Shaman's Oracle. Something called Therapists. That's really cool. Earth Power. Wisdom of Trees. Sacred Earth. Ancestor Spirits. Birds. Messages from Spirit Animals. And down there is the new Messages from Spirits of Nature from Stephen Farmer that I showed recently. And here are some other decks. Earth Magic. Butterflies. Sacred Destiny, that's also very much about nature. And Shaman's Dream, you know, it's a lot. And this one is the the guitar, Animal of Spirit. So yeah, so that's that shelf unit. Now on the top of this unit over here, we are going over to the tarot cards. So we have this shelf unit here with these 3 shelves, and then I have another shelf that's tarot cards. So let's look at it. The Wild Unknown Tarot, Game of Thrones Tarot, the Star, the Modern Tarot Reader, Scorpio Sea, the Llewellyn, the Herbal Crafter. This one is Angel Tarot. Giant cards, these 2. If I plan to teach maybe one day, the tarot cards, I have been teaching before, but not tarot. I've been teaching mediumship and psychic reading and stuff like that, channeling and stuff. So let's see. So these are the decks up here. And these 2 are, let's see, which ones are these? I don't remember the names of all of them. Spirit Animal Tarot and the Oceanic Tarot. I have 2 of that one actually, because I have it over here too. So the Wisdom Seekers Tarot, Dreams of Gaia, Witchling Academy, and the Magical Nordic Tarot. So that's on this shelf. On this shelf we have Steampunk Tarot. This is the Wildwood Tarot. This is the Tarot, Darkwood, Kawaii Tarot, Urban Tarot, Astara Tarot. And then of course these ones behind here, as you can see. Yep, and this one is, which one is this? That's the Crystal Tarot, Mermaid Tarot, Dreams, Tarot Decoratif, and Housewives Tarot. That one's really fun. Up here, an extra Beautiful Creatures, because I love the Beautiful Creatures. Before Tarot, Upside Down, Chakra Wisdom, an extra Black and Gold Edition Tarot, because I had 2 of that. The Wizards Tarot, Forest of Enchantment, Mystic Fairy, and an extra Everyday Witch Tarot. So that was this unit, people. And now we're going to go over to the other tarot unit. Okay, so let's start on the top over here. So these are only tarot cards. And I just cannot take all of them out and show you every one. But you can see there's 4 rows here. Kind of this row, this row, this row, and this row. You might recognize some of them. It's a lot, okay? I just can't take all of them out and show you each and every one. Yeah, and I can't really say which ones are my favorite either, because they're all my favorites. I love all my tarot cards. So yeah, that one is the Black and Gold Edition that I also had another one of. Yeah, so it's really, and also the next shelf here, we have 1 row, 2 rows in here, 3 rows, and a small row in front. And it's a lot of different cards. Just gonna do this and hopefully you will see all these different tarot cards. Okay, it's a lot, I know. So I will have to do it in sections. I have already been showing you a little bit here and there, you know, with the my Rider-Waite-Smith collection, and showing you my angel cards and my astrology cards and such. So I have to do it in sections, I think. Now, there's 1 more shelf unit down here past my scents. Here, also some of my favorites. Let me just sit down here on my stool. So here are some really fun ones. So that's where the Stranger Things tarot goes. So here are some really specialized. A lot of these are, of course, indie decks as well. And this one I actually was gifted from the woman who made them. The Bright Future Tarot. I really love this deck, by the way. I have done Saskia Lee Psychic. I've done a review on this as well. So that's the only one I've been gifted. All my other decks I bought myself. So just to have that said. But I've been collecting for a while, people. I've been collecting for about 15 years or so. So it's so all of these are actually my, except for that one, these three are my Christmas decks actually. And yeah, I can show you also. This corner here are all my Lenormand decks and one Kipper. So I don't have that many Lenormand. For me, I do Lenormand very intuitively. I don't necessarily follow the rules. Yeah, but I believe in doing things a little bit outside the box. So there you go. Yeah, talking about favorites, this is also one of my favorites. The Ink Witch Tarot, by the way. I have shown that as well in one of my videos. Yeah, so that was that, full of DVDs underneath here. So this is the shelf unit with the only tarot decks. So let's get back to the table. And we're back at the table. So this is where what it looks like when I'm working. So I also have a lot of crystals that I can choose from and a lot of jewelry that I can wear when I do my videos as well. We will have a short look at that as well before we close down this video. Here is, of course, the Stranger Things. That was the last video that I did where I showed, where I actually had an unboxing of this. So that's also on my channel. But I will show you a little bit of what I can choose from. I also have a lot of different objects that I can put on the different decks for people to choose from when I do the readings. So I'll show you a little bit of that as well. Just a second. So this is very quickly just a little bit of what I can wear. I have bought all these rings that I've been, you know, wanting for Christmas or in different years and birthdays and such, so I could gather some different stuff to wear when I'm doing different readings, and also ear rings and stuff I can use. These are all crystals. When I also do my videos on my other channel where you actually see me. So these are kind of fun crystal rings as well. So that's something I use a lot. And over here we have a lot of different stuff that I use for you guys to pick, you know, when you are picking stuff that you can make a pick from the different decks that I use, or different pick a card readings. So that's that. And now we're just going to head over to the crystals. This is the crystal table, people, and I know it's a mess, but I do not have a lot of space where I live. I also have some sprays over here and some more incense there. So yeah, this is the crystal table, and some more bracelets that I can use, that I also use in my pick a card that you can choose from. But these are all my crystals, and I have to find a better system and categorize them maybe. But as I've been collecting for a while, people, so this is not just something that I could go out and buy just in a day. You know, there's some feathers over here and some angels and stuff. So yeah, it's been I've been collecting for many years. So this is a collection that has grown and grown and grown. Some of my favorites are, of course, in here. Yeah, so it's been a while. Like this one here, it's actually what do you call it now? Of course, my brain is just brain fog right now. Not a malachite, but a moldavite. So this is actually a moldavite, which is a crystal that just it's not that many of, I think. I really love that one. So that's over here by my very special crystal over here, which is actually induced with a cosmic light. It's really, really beautiful. So this is my crystal collection, and I use these, of course, for you guys to choose your cards when I do the pick a cards. So I try to find different crystals that match the cards or match the energy that I feel in the reading. So that's kind of how that works. So that was a little bit about my crystals and what I can use to choose from. Also sometimes use the sprays for you guys to pick from. And that's not the only sprays I have, but that's the only ones I can show you right now, I think. Or, well, just a moment, I'll show you the other ones. Just a sec. And here's the box of the other ones. There are quite a bit, yeah, I have down here as well. So I can use those as well for the pick a spray readings that I do as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, people. I've shown you a little bit of my collection here, a little bit about where I do my readings, how it's set up, a little bit what I use, and this is kind of what you see when I do the readings. So I hope you appreciated this little show and tell. I have been promising people to do this little show and tell forever, but I had to categorize and clean up some stuff and move some stuff around for it to make sense. So that's why it's been taking me quite some time to do this little video, but I can't show you each and every deck. That's going to take like forever. So I have to do it in sections, but I will continue, okay? If there's anything specific about this show and tell that I did today, where you would like me to show you a certain section, like would you like to see more of this section of the cosmic cards, or the reading cards, or the self-help cards, or I don't know, any angel cards, or any particular kind of topic that you would like me to address, then comment in the comment section below and I will read the message and I will try and make a video out of that, okay? So that's kind of the way I have to do it, because there's just too many cards. I'm almost at 500, if you were wondering. I think it's 483 or something, and I have ordered some more that's coming. So I think it's going to be, by the end of this year, it's probably going to be about 500 decks in total. So that's why I can't show you all the decks I have at once. That's going to take forever. So there you go. That's a little short show and tell. I hope you appreciated it, and I wish you all the best until the next time I see you. Bye.